everybody knows who you are.
They do. Okay, I'm trying to include my mother's long-term friend, Bunny Buxdown, who couldn't be here, but she's on speakerphone, so hopefully she'll hear me.
I'm here, Kate, I'm here, thank you.
She's here. Okay, there you have it. Everybody heard me. It's amazing technology. Okay, so I did write something, and I was never, I just haven't been very happy with what I wrote. And, you know, this is obviously the first parent I've ever lost. When you lose a parent, you obviously lose a part of you. And Dad was very much a part of me, as I was very much a part of him. So, and Dad was a wonderful person. And, you know, everybody's going to say this. I mean, there's a lot of wonderful things you could say about Dad, but what I really want to do is just, like Mom, tell some stories about Dad, because that's what I remember. And what I remember most about him, and I'm going to, again, try to do this without crying, is that I know my dad really loved me. He was, as Mom said, a quiet person. He didn't talk a lot. When we talked on the phone, we usually just chatted. But there was just a very intense feeling from him, and I knew that he really loved me a lot. And there are a few things that I remember about this. And one, and it's just a little story, and it's odd that I remembered it, and that it comes back to me, but it kept coming back to me. So I was a little girl, we lived in Seattle, and we lived on this great big huge hill. At least it seemed like a great big huge hill to me, because I was like, what, 5 years old or something like that. And I remember one day, it must have been summer, it was warm, we were outside, and I was playing on my tricycle, and I decided to ride my tricycle down the hill. And I am not either particularly athletic or particularly courageous. So, you know, I'm a very hesitant person most of the time, and I was then, and still am. So I go up to what seems to me really, really high on the hill, and I get on the tricycle, and the tricycle starts going down the hill. And then I realized that it was really going too fast to make me comfortable. So I put out my foot to stop the tricycle by putting my foot on the ground. The problem was that it was summer and I was barefoot, and I tried to put my foot on the asphalt, and it scraped my foot and it hurt, and so I, being me, panicked and flipped the tricycle over and fell off and scraped my shoulder. And that really wasn't scraped. I mean, it seemed awful to me, but I'm sure it wasn't that terrible. But anyway, so of course I was crying. And I remember sitting on Dad's lap and crying and just kind of looking at my shoulder and how terrible it was. And he said to me, he said, don't turn your head. He said, every time you turn your head, your hair rubs in and it hurts more. And it's just, I don't know why I remember that. It was just such a thoughtful thing. And I don't think even if I had been the adult, I don't know if I would have thought of that. But for him, it really made a lot of sense. Then there's little things, like after I went away from home, every time I would talk to him on the phone, he would always say, when are you coming to visit us? When are you coming to visit us? He just missed me a lot. And there's a story, I'm going back and forth now, but there's a story that Mom told me, which now she says she doesn't remember, but when I was a tiny baby, and he would stand over my crib and just look at me, and she said, well, what are you doing? And he said, I'm watching her breathe. And I can relate to that too, because, you know, somebody I love, I just want to watch them breathe, just to make sure they're still alive, you know. And so I can relate to that, and it was clearly that was a very, excuse me, that was a very significant thing. I mean, I clearly even then I meant a lot to him. Little things, like everybody obviously knows his bizarre sense of humor, which he seems to have transmitted to me and my brother, which is to the great chagrin of at least my wife and mom. So it has been difficult at times. And the other thing that he translated to me, or that I inherited from him, is his giant sneeze, which of course you can hear from several counties away. And I think I finally convinced both Mom and Kim that I really don't do that on purpose. Mom always was convinced that Dad did it on purpose to scare her, but I can attest to the fact that he didn't. He, as I mentioned, he had a bizarre sense of humor, and the other thing that I remember about that, again, I don't know why I remember it, but I had a summer job in Maine one year when I was on a farm in Maine when I was in college, and Dad came to visit, and he was a visitor, so he was given the honor of cutting the watermelon. And so he gets the watermelon, big watermelon, gets this big knife, and he gets ready to cut it, and everybody's all intense that he's going to cut this watermelon, and he says, no, maybe I should cut it this way. And so he gets ready to cut it again, and everybody's all intense and ready, and he says, oh, maybe I should do it this way. And he kept doing that. The whole table was in stitches. And he just loved that sort of thing. He really supported me. And he was always, both my parents, always, whatever I wanted to do and however I did it, they would support me and help me. And I remember when I was in college once, I was, of course, worried about what am I going to do when I graduate, what do I want to do when I grow up. And he said to me, well, don't worry about it. I don't know what I want to do when I grow up either.
Right.
And actually, I think he was serious. But in any case, that seemed to keep me going anyway, and I'm still here, and I'm now a full professor at a university, so I guess that's okay. But anyway, Dad was the most honest person I ever knew. He was the most ethical person I ever knew. He always did what was right, and he was kind, he was caring, he was supportive, he really loved his family, and from him we inherited his values and his beliefs, and I'd like to think his level of goodness and his ethical values. So I hope that a little of that is still alive in me, and maybe I can pass that on to the world a little bit. But I just wanted to say I love you, Dad, and I really miss you. And when I came here, it was really hard because Dad wasn't here. So it's very weird to be here in California, in Sacramento, and not have Dad here. But as Mom said, he's here. He's missing, but he's here. And thank you to everybody to come, because this is such a wonderful group here to celebrate my day. So thank you. I'm done.